people. If you're a returning subscriber, hey love, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Mariah. So today I'm gonna be talking about self-love and growing up with self-esteem problems. I just want to show you my little curls, you know, before I messed up my hair. I was like, you know what, today's gonna be the perfect day to, you know, just record, because I haven't recorded in a long time. I know y'all miss me, right? I missed y'all. So we're just going to talk about different things, and stay tuned for today's video. And also, I do not condone underage drinking. I just need me a little wine, you know, just to loosen up and talk to y'all. Also, I cooked today, this Saturday. So I don't know when the video is coming out, but I did cook some wings and some sweet potato fries. Honestly, it got cold, but you know, you gotta eat. So growing up, I did experience self-esteem problems, and honestly, I can't say, you know, I don't have any type of self-esteem problems right now, because we all, you know, have something that we are insecure about. Even after dropping 100 pounds, you know, you still have some type of insecurities about yourself or something that you want to fix. And I have a list. You know, like after losing weight, you know, all that stuff that's in your head, it doesn't go away. Losing the weight is a big accomplishment. I'm glad I took that step on to making myself just feel better, not just mentally but physically. And I'm still working on the mentally part, because honestly, who isn't? I need a therapist at this point. I really do. I'm joking, but I do need a therapist. But other than that, you know, I've grown up with self-esteem problems. It's a hard thing to talk about, especially on camera, because you never know, you know, who's watching. But we can all relate to this in some type of way or form. We all grew up in a weird environment to where we just didn't feel good about ourselves. First, I want to share that it's okay to have self-esteem problems. If you're a teenager right now and you're just looking at this video trying to get some type of confidence for yourself, just know that it's a mental thing. You know, we see a lot of stuff out here in social media that can be like, oh, you know, I want to look like this, or this person looks happy and this person's body looks all snatched and stuff. Some of them, you know, have plastic surgery, but some of us actually, you know, work hard for our body. I'm not shaming anybody who has surgery done. You know, that's your choice, that's your body. But it's like, it's hard sometimes, you know, looking at social media and not feel a little depressed, you know, like, oh, this girl look good. But you can't compare yourself to other people, because you know, you never know what they got going on. You never know how they're feeling. And sometimes people honestly just cap on social media acting like, you know, they got their life just all together and they just, you know, happy. But some people aren't really happy. And some people may look like, oh, you know, they have all this confidence in the world, honestly have more self-esteem problems than you. And that's just a real thing. But I'm not, you know, shaming anybody, because we all go through it. Like I said, I've lost 100 pounds and I still feel some type of way about myself. It won't change, you know. Like, I don't know, people think that, oh, if you just lose weight, then life's gonna be 100% easier, and that you won't be stressed out about different things. You're supposed to just love the way you look. I hate to break it to you, but it ain't gonna fix everything. You're still going to feel like, gosh, like, you know, something's off, or I'm not looking like this, or I want to look like this. You have to work towards it. You have to work towards looking the way you want to look. But don't just look at somebody else and be like, oh, I want to look like her, because your body isn't her body, you know, or your body isn't his body. So don't look at somebody else and compare yourself. Stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself, because they did whatever they had to do to get to look that way, and you have to do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy. Welcome back. So my camera died, so I had to, you know, let it charge a little bit. The lifesaving new YouTuber. Cheers. So back to what I was talking about self-love, self-esteem. growing up with self-esteem problems, you know, you would do anything to feel loved by somebody. And I feel like I had that problem, you know. And I feel like if you are a plus size woman, sometimes you know, it ain't even just about size. You know, if you're a woman in general who didn't experience, you know, love from whether it's your family or you didn't experience love, you know, that fatherly love that people like to, you know, throw a sticker on. Oh, she got self-esteem problems or whatever. She want to love by her father, type of thing, you know. So you just grew up with some type of trauma in your life, or you just grew up and you didn't have that love you felt like you needed from just family in general, then you would just look out for love in places you didn't even expect. And sometimes it can be men. I felt like growing up that I wanted love from anywhere it came. And saying that, I'm just saying that, you know, if someone just told me they love me, or if somebody be like hyping me up, or, you know, making me feel good about myself, then I like that. And I will put up with anything that they did just because I felt like they had some type of love for me. And honestly, it was the worst thing. Like, you know, it's the worst feeling like you have to put up with somebody's BS just to feel an ounce of love, because you wasn't getting that from people around you. And me being, I can say this now because me being a person who had a child at 16 years old, technically at 17, but you know, like got pregnant at 16 because I was out there looking for love in the wrong places. I can say that because I experienced that. You know, that's my story, and I love my daughter. I love my daughter to pieces. She made me the woman that I am now, and I needed that. I needed to experience that type of real life in order to be the person that I am now. You're not supposed to be dealing with all of this at a young age. So I had to kind of, you know, grow up, but that made me the better person I am now, because honestly, if I didn't have my child, who knows where I would have been at? And I can say that because that's just my experiences. You ever look back at yourself and be like, my teenage years, you know, I wish I would have done so many different things differently. You know, not give so many people my time, my energy. I wish I would have been a whole different person. But you can't change your past. As much as I would love to cancel so many memories of people just who wasted my time, you can't. And I wish I would love myself more back then. I wish I was the person I am now back then. But like I said, can't change my past. All I can do is reflect on it and try to be a better person. All I can do is take that lesson, take that L, and just be like, oh well, you know, can't change it. So we all have done that. We all have dealt with that. We all made a few mistakes as a teenager, and those mistakes reflected from lack of love, lack of acknowledgement. If someone just be like, oh, you know, you're beautiful, da da da, you're gonna be like, this person, you know, is showing me some love, attention. I should do whatever I need to do to make them happy, but the whole time they making you feel miserable. Like, I look for love in so many areas, and it was always a fail. Like, a lot of relationships in the past, I was just disgusted. Like, the amount of shit I've dealt with, the amount of people, like, oh, I'm disgusted. I, you know, I was no thought pocket out here. I wasn't that. I'm looking for love. That's the only thing that I can describe it. But me being so young, it's like, girl, what the fuck you looking for love anyways, you know? Why are you looking for your love right now? So if you are a 15-year-old, 16-year-old looking at this video, my advice to you is to not look for love right now. It's a scary thing at a young age. It's fresh, it's new, it's exciting, but honestly, it can be traumatizing. And honestly, we shouldn't have to deal with that at a young age. You shouldn't have to deal with that at a young age. My advice is to find yourself. Find what makes you happy. You shouldn't be that young trying to make somebody else happy. Find what makes you happy. I'm not trying to yell or anything, but you know, sometimes we don't have that guidance from anybody. We don't have that type of guidance. Nobody can sit down with us and be like, you know, you shouldn't do that. I feel like I didn't have this type of guidance in my life where somebody like sit down with me and be like, hey, that's wrong, you know, or you shouldn't be doing that. Because honestly, I feel like nobody paid attention to me. I'm not blaming anybody for the mistakes that I made, because I should have been smarter than that to make those type of mistakes at a young age. But I'm realizing where it comes from. The lack of love, the lack of attention. I feel like I can get away with anything, with anybody. But I lived and I learned. And honestly, I'm so thankful that I'm not dealing with that no more. I'm not dealing with those people anymore. When I tell you, I dodged a lot of bullets. Like, I put myself out of situations that I thought I was never going to put myself out of. And I'm so thankful. I'm extremely blessed. But we all have to face it. We all have to look back and reflect and be like, how did that happen? You know? Why did I put myself in that situation? What's the main source? What caused it? But my advice to just younger people is think before you do anything. I felt a lot of times I didn't think. I just did. And that's, yeah, we about to get into it, because honestly, this is such a topic that I thought needs to be put out there. People need to hear this. Young people need to hear this. And you're like, are you young yourself? I'm about 25. I'm 24 right now, but people need to hear this. Like, I feel like if I didn't make so much stupid mistakes, then I wouldn't have been where I'm at right now. I just want to change somebody's perspective, whether it's a young woman or it's a male. I just want you to love yourself. Self-love is so important. If I've had self-love when I was younger, it would have changed so much. I wouldn't have been a 16 and pregnant year old girl. I wouldn't have been, you know, dealing with bummy ass men who don't got a dollar to their name but swear they out there, you know, doing something just for love at that, just to feel important to somebody, just to feel like somebody loves me. You don't have to put up with bullshit to feel like somebody loves you. The main reason I want to reach a younger audience is because I've dealt with that at a young age. I was in stupid predicaments. I made some stupid decisions trying to feel loved by somebody, and I don't want y'all to go through that. I want y'all just love yourself. Do whatever you got to do to love yourself. You shouldn't depend on love from somebody else to feel something. Shit, I love you. I don't even know you. You know, like, you know, if you're looking for that word, you know, I love you and I care about you. That's why I want you to find love for yourself. It's not always a horrible thing. If someone's mad at you for loving yourself, then they need to look at themselves and see what's wrong with them. We all have flaws. We all have self-esteem problems. We all have insecurities. But we're all human. You know, we have to deal with that by ourselves. We have to deal with that on our own. Or seek help from a therapist, you know? And not all of us wants to talk to somebody about our problems, because, you know, you never know if they really even care. They getting paid by the hour. You don't know if they even care. But if you must talk to somebody that you trust. We all got one good friend. I would say we all got one good friend out there. If you don't have nobody, just talk to somebody. Write it down. How you feel. We don't all have the perfect families. Everybody's dealing with something. You can't blame somebody else for your mistakes. You have to take accountability for what you did. But while you're out here living, just think about what you're doing first. Think about, this is really going to make me happy. Because if it ain't making you happy, then what you doing for? There's nothing wrong with being a little selfish. Don't give your time out here to everybody. Not everybody deserves your time or your energy. Like, people feed off of good energy. People feed on good people, trying to make them horrible. I feel like growing up, I was a good person. Like, I may have my flaws, I mean, it was a little crazy, but I was a good person. And I feel like people leaned towards me because they knew I was a good person. They knew that, you know, if this person needed, if I needed help, the person gonna help me out. I was just that person, you know. I would give somebody my last if you needed it, you know. If I didn't need it and you needed it, I'll give you my last. I was a good person. I still believe I am a good person, but after everything that I've dealt with in my past, it kind of made me realize that this world out here is crazy. It's crucial. It is hard to be a good person when people are always disappointing you. People always disrespecting you. Like, it ain't nothing to tell the truth out here, you know? Like, it ain't nothing to be honest. That's one thing I admire, is honesty. Be honest with me. Tell me what's going on. But if you can't be honest with me, then why am I with you, you know? Or why are you in my life? You can't be honest with me. And if you did some type of like dirt behind me, there's no way I can recover that trust from you. You gotta deal with that. Back to self-love. You deserve that from yourself. You can't be happy with somebody if you don't love yourself first. You can't just skip over that. You know, there's no type of, oh, I can love this person even if I don't love myself, because it's gonna cause some type of friction within your relationship with anybody. If you don't love yourself first, then how do you expect to get proper love from somebody? Because the way you want to be loved is not settling for too much, you know? Like, there's people out there who will love you properly. You do not have to settle for bullshit ass love to be happy. If they ain't the one, they're just not the one for you. Do not settle for bullshit ass love to be happy. But first, you must love yourself to know that. Because people out here who do not love themselves, they will settle for anything. They will settle for any type of BS that's being told to them, because they don't know how to love themselves. So how do you expect? They don't know what's even real. You know, like, you have to find that within yourself. You have to love yourself. If you want some type of confidence, it's not built off of just thin air. And honestly, losing weight, it may give you an ounce of confidence, but only because it makes you feel good. Like, you feel good when you're doing right to yourself. There's some type of self-care. Even if you have to get your nails done, you know, done to your hair, like, all that stuff is materialized. I mean, your hair ain't materialized, but you know, like, all that stuff is just temporary. You have to find some type of deep emotional connection with yourself first. Growing up, I hated myself. I hate this strong word. I didn't like how I looked, especially in pictures. I did not like my attitude. And I didn't have like no crazy attitude. It's just I dealt with so much weird stuff growing up. Weird people, weird environment. Family too, and I don't even care if they even watching. I dealt with some weird stuff growing up, and I'm healing through it, because honestly, you get only one life. You only get one try at this. You may be gone tomorrow, and God forbid, you know, knock on wood. I heard that. Knock on wood. But these are the realities that we have to face. And honestly, I just want the best for my daughter. I do not want my daughter to feel like she has to settle for BS from men, from women, from family, just to satisfy them, you know? Or just to feel some type of love. I tell my daughter every day that I love her. It's unconditional. But she has to hear that. There's so many young children, young adults are looking for love from somebody. If you're a parent, it starts from you. Even if you're a step parent, like, it starts from you. They're looking for love from somebody. And when they don't get it from their parents or their family, they look other places. Even the wrong place they ain't supposed to be at. So always make sure that you're telling your child that you love them. Also tell them that they need to love themselves as well. Not to depend codependency on somebody else for love. Let your child know that they're special, they're worthy, that they don't have to settle for BS just to feel loved. It's a horrible feeling like you gotta settle for somebody's BS just to get an ounce of love, just to hear the words I love you. I don't even care to hear for the words, honestly, because you never know with people. In this life that we live, everything feels so temporary, you know. Happiness feels temporary, love feels temporary, but you got a strong sense of love within yourself. You'll be looking for it in the wrong places. I just want you all to know that you're beautiful. I want you to all know that looks doesn't matter. What's portrayed on social media, it doesn't matter. Most of that shit be fake anyways. 80% of it be fake. You know, they're trying to paint a picture or sell you a dream. And look at all the stuff that's happening in the world. It's 2021. The C word still going on. It's a lot of stuff, madness going on right now. Each month. And we all trying to survive, make it. Gas prices going up. It's a list of stuff I can just talk about, but it's like, you know, what's the point of talking about negativity? What's the point of talking about it? You know, we're all dealing with it, and I pray that we all get through it. I pray that you just get through it. If you're having a bad day, I pray that you just get through it. And that's today's video. I hope y'all have enjoyed this little talk, this little sip and talk with me. And I'm gonna do more of videos like this. So thank y'all for supporting me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and chill with the girl, and let me know what else you want me to talk about. Let me know what else piques your interest. I don't want to do just about weight loss, you know. Everybody knows that I did it, and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I made this decision. But it's not just about weight loss to me. It's about something deeper. It's about self-care. It's about self-love. It's about loving yourself. I didn't make this title for nothing. And I'm glad y'all, you know, messing with me. I'm glad y'all watching this video. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see y'all next time. Love y'all. And love yourself.